In this lesson, we will be learning about Shakespeare's theater. The Globe Theater was the main theater where Shakespeare's works were performed. You'll see a picture at the bottom right of the screen. It was an 8-sided multi-level building. It was outside the city because Puritans didn't like theater, and there was also a fear of the bubonic plague. It burned down in 1613 after a special effect from a cannon went awry. And when the Puritans took over in England, they closed all the theaters in 1642. Shakespeare's theater also had special effects. There was a trap door in the stage floor that led to the hell, and a space above the stage that was referred to as heaven. Music was a major special effect as well. Cannons were used for special effects. Live animals were used, and blood. Actors would fill up an animal's bladder with blood and put it under their costumes for sword fights. The costumes that were used during Shakespeare's time, despite the fact that there are several different time periods of Shakespeare's plays, example Julius Caesar or Antony and Cleopatra, actors usually just wore street clothes and did not dress for a period. The audience who was there to watch the plays, the groundlings, were poor people who paid a penny and stood in the area around the stage called the pit. The gentry were the wealthy people who paid more to sit in the galleries. Audiences were rowdy and loved sex and violence. Shakespeare's theater used flags for when shows were starting. Flags flew to indicate that a play was showing, usually at 2 o'clock, to take advantage of natural lighting. White flags meant comedies, black flags meant tragedies, and red flags meant histories. Women were not allowed on stage in Shakespeare's theater, so young boys played the parts of women. And the acting troupes that put on the plays, acting troupes were sponsored by wealthy men or royalty. Shakespeare's troupe was sponsored by Lord Chamberlain. And when Lord Chamberlain died, Shakespeare's troupe was sponsored by King James I. And this is your notes that you need to take over Shakespeare's theater.